Hello, my friends and family. Welcome to Miss Christine's Yoga Studio. Are you feeling powerful today? Well, I hope so, because we are going to start a little power series here. We're going to start looking at the warrior poses. And of course, the first one is called Warrior One. It's a very powerful stance. And it's used mainly in the core of a yoga class. You don't warm up with warriors. You don't cool down with warriors. It's an intense pose. There's a lot to think about. You have to get into the pose mindfully. So you might want to watch this video several times to practice and get all the fine details. It has a lot of benefits. It has physical and mental benefits. The physical benefits are that it stretches your calves and your hip flexors. It's a great stretch for those. It strengthens your upper legs, your quads and your hamstrings, your back and your shoulders. So there's lots of benefits. Mental benefits. This is a pose that gives you a sense of power. It's empowering to do Warrior One. It increases your self-determination, your level of concentration, and your ability to see and reach goals. You are empowered to do that. It also is a great tool for anger management and stress relief. So it just embodies a lot of things that are really, really good. We haven't talked about mental, spiritual, emotional benefits of yoga before. This is the first time. So, without further ado, let me remove my stool here. And we are going to go over to the mat. Say good morning to Chloe and Miss Yogi. They will supervise. And we're going to get into a mountain pose. Now, you can get into Warrior One by other poses, but we're just going to start with the mountain pose today because it's the simplest. And I have a lot to talk about. I don't want to have to talk about anything else. Put your feet hip width apart so that they're on train tracks. Your hips are on train tracks. Your shoulders are on the same train tracks. You're right here. Draw your energy up. Soften your knees, engage your core, open your chest, release your shoulders down and back. Feel your neck and your head stretching up, and there you are in our perfect mountain pose. Nice deep breath. Now I'm going to turn to the side because I want you to really watch my feet at the beginning of this. So I'm going to turn to the side, and I want you to pick up one foot on the ball of your foot, either foot, but get on the ball of your foot. Keep standing up really straight, and you are going to go straight back with that foot. Maybe a little ways, maybe a little further, maybe a long ways. If you're at the beginning of yoga, you don't have to go back very far. That's fine. I'm going to go back midway. Now, you are going to drop your heel as you pivot the ball of that foot. Your toes are going to go out at about 45-degree angle. You're going to drop that heel so that it is in line with your front heel. Heel to heel alignment, toe at 45 degrees. The outer edge of that foot is going to be your brace, your wall, your root. So you're going to want to kind of put a little pressure on that outer edge of that foot. That's really important. That will help you with your power going up and down, and it will stabilize you. I think maybe I better move a little forward. There we go. It will stabilize you. You will now feel a lot of energy coming up. You'll feel that calf stretch and clear up to your hip flexor. Nice stretch. Front foot. Toe is pointing forward, although there are some people who like to offset that toe as well. I don't find any benefit of it. I would rather point it forward. when you become more comfortable with Warrior One, you may want to experiment with that. But for right now, just point it forward. Probably the most important physical aspect of this pose is keeping this knee straight over that ankle. If you start doing stuff like that, or if you move it forward, you're in for some real dangerous times with your knee. Keep it over there, over the ankle. That's a very important alignment. I'll be mentioning that several times through the video. Now I'm going to switch and face forward. And I'm going to ensure that I'm heel to heel, 45-degree angle from those toes, and I'm leaning a little bit on that outer edge of that back foot. When you have moved back and gotten your legs and feet in position, you're going to want to ensure that your shoulders and your hips are like headlights and are pointing forward. Those are still on the train tracks. You may really need to practice. You'll feel a stretch as you move around here. You'll feel that stretching because it's very common to move that foot back and then go like that. You don't want that. You want to be facing forward. Engage your core. Torso's up. Your head is over your heart, is over your pelvis. I don't know if I've mentioned this, but that's called neutral spine. You want to stay in neutral spine. Chin parallel to the floor. Head is being pulled up by a string. Now for our arms. And by the way, before we start arms, I want to mention, shoulder people, keep your arms here. You don't have to go where we're going to go. You will still be empowered. As you lift your arms in front, concentrate hard, like I have to do, to keep those shoulders down, 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 down. Gaze out, straight out. Think of where you want to go, what will serve you best, what are your goals, anywhere from becoming a doctor to mopping the kitchen floor today. You're going to get there. There you go. You will feel very empowered once you get here. This is empowerment. You really concentrate on yourself. This is self-absorption, actually. There you go. When you get here, you may be asked by your yoga teacher to take 3 to 5 big belly breaths. But what I'm going to ask you to do is take inventory of where we're at. And I'm going to start down at our feet, ensuring that we are heel to heel alignment. We're 45 degrees off on our toes, our back toes, and the outer edge of our foot, our back foot, is our brace. Front toes forward, and our knee is over our ankle. Now, you may want to sink down. And if you want to sink down, you can sink down by moving your back foot back further. But remember to keep that over your ankle. None of this. That is a very bad misalignment. You don't have to sink down, but you can sink down. That's what you want to eventually be able to do. Keep your core engaged. Keep sinking down, and keep stretching your torso up. Keep your torso up. Shoulders down. Also, some people like to start doing this and looking up, and also curving their spine. We don't do that in Warrior One. Do not do that. Look out, straight out. There you go. You are empowered. Shoulder people, hands down here, or in Anjali Mudra. You still have to think about keeping your shoulders down. Just because you're in Anjali Mudra, you could be like this. Or be like this. There are options. One option is you could have a chair in front and you could hold on to the chair as you sink down. So when you're learning to sink down, hold on to a chair. But don't have that chair out here where you're reaching for it. Have the chair close by. You could also straddle your legs in like a side saddle sitting position on the chair if you're having trouble with the strength in your legs, if that is an issue for you. You could also bring your stance closer together. This is called wide stance, and this is called short stance. And you can do a warrior one in short stance if you're new to yoga. This is fine. And as you get more stable, you can move back. Try moving back. If you start like this, try moving back 1 inch every time you practice yoga, or a half an inch. Challenge yourself. Shoulder people, I've told you, hands down. Now I'm going to leave you today in Warrior One. Because guess why? There's a Warrior Two position, and you get to it pretty easily from Warrior One. Okay? Believe in yourself, because you deserve to accomplish those goals that serve you best. Namaste. Thank you for joining me. See you next time.